Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's board meeting. Today is December 14th, 2020. This is the regular meeting of the Honolulu Board of Water Supply. I'd like to take a moment to take roll call of the board members who are present. Please say aye when I call your name. Vice Chair Kapua Spro.
Aye.
Thank you. Board Member Jade Butai. Member Sasamura.
Aye.
Member Ray Soon.
Aye.
And Member Max Sword. One more time for Jade Butai, Member Jade Butai.
Present.
Thank you. Board members who are calling in or video conferencing in, please mute your microphone when you're not speaking, but please feel free to unmute yourself when you like to address the meeting. Also in the room with me are Manager Ernest Lau, Board Secretary Joy Cruz Achiu, and Information Specialist Stephen Nordstrom. On the telephone are Jeff Lau and Jessica Wong, both from the City and County Corporation Council Department. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before beginning today's regular hearing, I'd like to state that the board is dedicated to providing safe, dependable, and affordable supply of water now and into the future. Pursuant to the existing proclamations issued by Governor David Ige and Mayor Caldwell, in order to allow public participation in a manner consistent with social distancing practices, we have adopted the following procedures. First, some board members may be participating in the meeting by interactive conference synchronous technology from remote locations. Their photos are here with us in the board room, and they're also, of course, participating via WebEx. Members of the public who wish to submit testimony can do so as follows. First, in writing. It can be emailed to board@hbws.org, or it can be faxed to 808-748-5079. Written testimony will be posted to the BWS website at boardofwatersupply.com. The testimony was due today at noon, Monday, December 14th. But if you still have testimony, please send them in as soon as you can. We have also accepted mail written testimony to our street address here at 630 South Beretania Street in Honolulu, Hawaii 96843. Online testimony will be accepted on our website at boardofwatersupply.com/testimony. Finally, telephone testimony will be accepted during the meeting, and the number to call is 808-748-6040. You will be placed in a queue and brought up to testify one at a time. Unfortunately, because of COVID-19, we're not able to accept in-person testimony at this time. All right, the materials for this meeting are available on our website at www.boardofwatersupply.com/board-meetings. This meeting is also viewable via live streaming on Facebook Live and on our website. Today we have 3 items on our agenda requiring board action. Item number 1 requiring board action is the approval of the minutes of the regular meeting held on November 23, 2020. May I have a motion to accept the minutes of the regular meeting held on November 23, 2020?
So moved. Second.
I believe that was moved by Member Sasamura and seconded by Member Soon. Correct? All right.
So I believe Max was the one that actually made the motion. I seconded.
Okay. So moved by Member Sword and seconded by Member Sasamura. All right. Is there any discussion or any amendments, any comments that with respect to this motion? And Mr. Nordstrom, is there any testifiers? All right. Well, hearing no discussion, I'm going to ask. I think this one here, just the minutes. I'm just gonna call for the question. All those in favor of the motion to approve the minutes of November 23rd, 2020, say aye.
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 Okay, let the record reflect that we do have a unanimous aye, or is there anyone who would like to object or to vote nay? Okay, let the record reflect that we unanimously have approval of the minutes as taken by a roll call vote. Or I'm sorry, not a roll call vote, but as by a voice vote. I'm now going to move on to item number 2. This is for the adoption of resolution number 917-2020. This is the acceptance of a gift to the Board of Water Supply from Hardware Hawaii Holdings for Detect a Leak Week program. Detect a Leak Week program. If you'd like to testify on number 2, please call into the phone line now. Do I have a motion to accept this resolution accepting the gift from Hardware Hawaii Holdings?
I so move. This is Ray.
I second. This is Kapua.
Thank you, members, especially for identifying yourself when you make the motion and seconding. This motion has been moved by Member Soon, seconded by Vice Chair Sprout. Is there any discussion? Is there any testifiers? All right. I think for a gift acceptance, I'm going to do a voice vote again.
Chair, if we could have Kathleen Pahinui provide.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Excuse me.
Yep. Chair recognizes Kathleen Eliad Pahinui.
Just so people know what this is for, these are for the tablets that people can use to pick up toilet leaks, to detect toilet leaks. And these tablets tend to be rather expensive, so we're very grateful that Hardware Hawaii would like to donate these to us. Detect a Leak Week is one of the cornerstones of our educational programs on conservation and are one of the single most leading causes of high water bills. So when you can detect a leak, whether it's a faucet leak or a toilet leak, it can lead to substantial savings in your water bill. So thank you, Chair, thank you, Manager, and thank you, board members, for supporting this generous gift from Hardware Hawaii. Mahalo.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Pahinui, for the summary. And is there any discussion at this time? All right. Hearing no discussion, all those in favor say aye.
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 Okay. And all those who oppose say nay. All right. Let the record reflect that we have unanimously again ayes to approve this motion to accept the generous gift from Hardware Hawaii, and there were no opposition. There was no opposition. All right. Moving on to the third and final adoption or resolution. This is Resolution 918-2020, and this is for our fellow colleague who is with us today, Mr. Ross Sasamura. Expressing our appreciation for him. I think this is his last board meeting with us, and so we do have a presentation we'd like to make. And so we have here, I guess Ross will be bringing this to your office, and basically it has here, whereas Ross S. Sasamura, professional engineer, has ably served as an ex officio member of the Board of Water Supply, City and County of Honolulu since January 13, and he has recently notified the board of his resignation. I will definitely miss you, Ross. And it says, whereas the director and chief engineer of the City Department of Facility Maintenance, Mr. Sasamura's reputation in government and the community and the esteem of his colleagues has brought additional recognition and respect for this board. Whereas Mr. Sasamura's extensive knowledge and experience as a mechanical engineer and his insight into operational and administrative matters in managing a city department have made him a valuable asset to this board and a helpful resource in its deliberations, as he provided his useful insights and counsel to all of us. Whereas his accomplishments as Director of Operations at Heidi & Cook and co-founder of Commercial Training Consultants and Senior Associate Trainer at Pacific Training and Development strengthened his credibility in the discussions on engineering, construction, and budgetary matters. Whereas as a board member, Ross Sasamura has supported and encouraged initiatives that improve day-to-day operations and has volunteered his time and expertise to help effect business and policy decisions for the board that will impact the public trust of the Board of Water Supply for many years to come. Whereas Mr. Sasamura's service is a testament to his commitment to maintaining a municipal water system deserving of trust from the public it serves. Now therefore, be it resolved by members of the Board of Water Supply, City and County of Honolulu, that we do hereby express to Ross Sasamura our deep appreciation and gratitude for his committed service to this board and department. And be it further resolved that the members of this board extend to Ross Sasamura our sincere aloha and best wishes for additional continued success in all of his future endeavors. And be it finally resolved that this resolution be presented to Mr. Sasamura. May I have a motion to approve this resolution?
Mr. Chair, this is Max. I just have one comment. I don't remember him asking us for his permission to resign.
You know, that's funny. I don't remember either.
I so move.
Thank you, Member Sword.
I second, this is Kapua.
Okay, it's been moved by Member Sword, seconded by Vice Chair Sproat, to approve this resolution, expressing our appreciation to Board Member Sasamura.
Chair, this is Ross. I respectfully abstain from voting on this matter.
Okay, abstention is noted. Mr. Sasamura will abstain. Is there any discussion, comments?
Yeah, this is Kapua. I'd like to make a comment. Ross, I just wanted to say what an honor and privilege it's been to serve with you. We will miss you. I'm sure you won't miss us as much as you're doing whatever you're doing in your incredibly well-deserved retirement, but we wish you the very best. Mahalo.
Thank you, Kapua.
All right. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, likewise, I want to express my sincerest appreciation to Ross. He'll be sorely missed, so I hope he continues to provide his wisdom and experience. And, it's always been clear to me, he takes his responsibility seriously and always wants to make the Board of Water Supply better.
Thank you, Member Butai.
Thank you, Jay.
Chair, if I could say a few words.
Absolutely.
This is Ernie, the Manager and Chief Engineer for Board of Water Supply. I echo Kapua Sproat's, Board Member Sproat's opinion too, that it's been an honor and privilege to have served with you, Ross, and to have you serve on the board almost 7 years to be here. My observation during the 7 years working with you as part of the cabinet of the Mayor Caldwell is that you are so professional in what you do and so thorough and patient in working with the community. I've seen you at neighborhood boards in difficult situations that you handled very politely, very professionally. So I could only learn from you, Ross. I wish I could be that cool when dealing with difficult issues, even the situations with our less fortunate, the houseless, homeless people in our community. You've been very patient and also maintained your professionalism and did your job, even though I know it was not the easiest thing to do. And Ross, it's been a privilege and honor working with you. And I just wish you and your family the best, and Keakua bless you going forward and just help you to enjoy your life. Thank you, Ross.
Thank you, Ernie. Chair, may I make some remarks?
Absolutely.
Russ, can I say something first?
Okay, let's go to a member soon.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm following the engineer, but I didn't want it to go by without saying that, Ross, for those of us who believe in public service and believe that it's an honorable profession and something we're proud of, I think you're the epitome of the public servant. And I just wanted to thank you for your service. I think Honolulu has been lucky to have had you for multiple terms of service, and thank you.
Thank you, Ray.
Yeah, this is Max Ditto. I'm one of very few birds, Ross, but it was great working with you in the short time at the Board of Water Supply, but also outside in other projects that you and I have worked together. So hope to continue seeing you around. Okay?
Thank you, Max. Look forward to seeing you around too.
Okay, Ross, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chair. So first of all, I want to thank you, Chair Andaya, Vice Chair Sproat, Manager and Chief Engineer Lau, and Deputy Manager and Chief Engineer Kitamura, as well as all of the staff and the board members for being there and working as hard as you all do. It's been an honor to work alongside you. This is something that I'll always look back upon and cherish. There are certainly a lot of good things that has happened during the past 8 years and during Mayor Caldwell's term, and it's something that I'll never forget. But I do want to thank all of you for working so hard, for being a part of this and doing the right thing for the people in the city county of Honolulu. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Ross. It's really that should be thanked, and on behalf of the entire board and department, I do want to thank you for your service. Like Ernie said, and everyone else has said, you're the quintessential professional, definitely a role model that we all aspire to be. And for guys like me and gals, from the private sector, there's talk about public service. And for us, we can only aspire to it. Our service on this board, is certainly a public service that we take seriously, and you've always inspired me. As I look at how much you contribute, your professionalism, again, like I said, not only at this board, but with the DFM, and it's just really inspirational to me that there's people like you who care so much about our city, our community, and it really inspires me to work even harder with what I can do to contribute. So thank you for inspiring so many of us throughout the years. In addition to all your contributions with respect to your expertise in so many areas.
Thank you for the kind words. I'm gonna miss you all.
All right, I'm going to call for the question. All those in favor of Resolution 918, 2020, in honor of our colleague Ross Sasamura, say aye.
Hi.
Okay, all those opposed say nay. All right, let the record reflect that we have a unanimous approval of this resolution with
Chair,
the
one
abstention of Mr. Sasamura. Yeah, so unanimous approval with the abstention of Member Sasamura. Please join us in a round of applause. Keep in touch, Ross. Don't forget us. All right, we're going to move to items for information. First, we have Mr. Joe Cooper. He will be giving us our financial update, especially in light of the discussions that we had last month. I've asked Manager Lau to provide us with frequent updates with respect to our financial standing, especially with everything that's going on. Mr. Cooper?
Thank you, Board Chair. So I usually give a quarterly update. This is a different format, and we'll be presenting different information than the quarterly update. But yes, it is to kind of bring you up to date on our financial situation as regards to COVID. This shows our revenue variances and actual revenues from 2016. The dark line is the budget revenue, and the lighter upper line is the actual revenue. And actually our budget and our actual track pretty close to normal. 2016, our actual revenue was a little bit higher, and this is mostly attributable to the hot July and August that we had during that time. And then the red line illustrates the variance on how our budgets have varied from our actual, and then you can see down at the bottom in October. The scale is a little different for the first 4 months of the year, but our actual budget is about $7 million, or 9% over our budget so far this year. That's mostly attributable to, yes, it's been a hot summer, and that there's been increased residential usage due to the pandemic. This illustrates our daily average water consumption or water production from March of this year. And as you can see, most of it, let's see, the green line is the 5-year monthly average. The red line is the 30-day moving average, and most of it, and the blue line is our daily consumption, and most of this actually follows pretty much the normal range of what we would expect with variations when there's a hot period or a dry period. You can see that this summer our average slightly exceeded our 5-year moving average. And we can add revenue to this slide, and the orange line shows that our revenue over the same period of time. And you can see that it also pretty much tracks our actual water production or water usage. Revenue, since we bill basically in arrears or a month after water is used, basically our revenue lags our water production by about a month. And so this is noticeable in the graph. This slide shows our rainfall for the last 15 months. And it's following somewhat of a wet winter. You can see that in January and in March especially, our rainfall was over the normal at the 5-year moving averages. We've had a dry summer, and you can see that the rainfall has been, except for July, when we had a hurricane, somewhat below the moving average and normal average. So this just illustrates again most of our water revenue or water production is based on, or is strongly correlated with the weather, and how much rain we get or how much heat we get. Of course, revenue is just kind of one aspect. We are tracking the delinquencies of our accounts, and I have two charts here. This is tracking our commercial accounts, and the chart on the left shows the number of delinquent accounts, and you can see that with the red line that yes, our delinquent accounts over the last 5 years have been rising, and the red bars show, especially in April and May, when COVID first hit, that some of our commercial accounts became, or more commercial accounts became delinquent. It's since returned, it's lower down, and it's in somewhat of a normal range, at least for the number of accounts. If you switch over to the right-hand graph, however, you can see that the dollar amount of those graphs has grown, and so it's roughly about, as of November, as of last month, the dollar balance of the accounts is about $700,000 over the normal balance, or what we might call the normal range of our delinquent accounts. So this is somewhat of a concern, and it has grown, and something that we're continuing to monitor. And customer care is obviously reaching out to try to get customers onto payment plans regarding this. This shows our residential accounts, and it shows a similar pattern. Actually, the number of residential accounts didn't go up as much. As you can see by the left-hand side, the number of accounts seemed relatively stable, although there are quite a few more residential accounts than commercial accounts. However, again, you can see that there's a spike in the dollar value of these outstanding accounts, and this again has grown, and it's almost, I'll read those numbers right. It is almost $2 million over what we would consider the normal range of our outstanding delinquent accounts. And so, as I mentioned, we are working to set up payment accounts with these customers. Currently, because of COVID-19, we aren't turning off water, and so this is another thing that may drive those accounts a little bit higher. I know that this is a phenomenon that's being experienced nationwide. I know we did attend a roundtable discussion with the American Water Works Association last week, and we're all trying to deal with this increase in delinquency rate, and so we continue to work on that. And finally, these are similar graphs. Because we are semi-autonomous and we're self-funded, if we have any money left over from the prior year, we get to carry that forward. So this shows the dollar value of that we've actually been able to carry forward from previous years since 2016. And so as you can see, in 2020, we started out with a little over $50 million carried forward. Actually, I think it was $53 million to carry forward. So this will help us to sustain some of our delinquencies and other challenges that we move forward. That concludes my presentation. I'll be happy to address any questions or comments.
Thank you, Mr. Cooper. Members, any questions? Okay, hearing none, thank you very much, Mr. Cooper. I just asked for this, given some concerns on the financial picture of different agencies during this time. So thank you very much for the update on the delinquencies. That was very nicely detailed.
Hi, this is Ray. I just wanted to say, Joe, thank you very much. Appreciated that.
Okay, thank you. You're welcome.
That's all we had for this item.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'm gonna move on then if there's no other comments. The next item for information is the status update of groundwater levels at all index stations. Chair recognizes Mr. Barry Usagawa.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and members. First, before I begin, I'd like to thank Ross for all the help and guidance over the years. I'll continue to help Randall with the stormwater management. And by the way, thank you for your advice on the Bill 65, Climate Change, Sustainability, and Resiliency, which was passed by the Council as an ordinance last week. And thank you for your help on that. I really appreciate it. It's a big deal. Anyway, as far as the groundwater status, we are planning to maintain our voluntary conservation notice of 10% for Windward and East Honolulu to the end of the year. But the resources are recovering. We have 2 aquifer stations in low groundwater. Kaimuki is in alert. Honolulu is in caution. But the production has, for November, it's dropped to $130 million per day, less than the 5-year monthly average. And most of the water levels are stable or slightly rising. And the National Weather Service continues to forecast above normal rainfall through June of next year. With that, I'm available for any questions.
Members, any questions? Okay, hearing none. Thank you very much, Barry, for the report. Moving on to the next item, item number 3 for information. This is the water main repair report for November 2020. Chair recognizes Mr. Mike Fuki.
Good afternoon, Chair and board members. Before I start, I too would like to thank Ross for the help that he has given me and working with him with climate change issues. I appreciate it very much, Ross, and good luck in retirement. Don't be like me and come back to work for the city.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Barry.
Okay, for the month of November, we had 25 main breaks. The average time for the 6, 8, and 12-inch main break repair was approximately 17 hours. Okay, the major main break, is the one we discussed last month, was on November 16th when we had the 20-inch main break in Waimanalo. That main break took us approximately, I think, about 6 days for us to repair. It was a tough break. It was underneath a state drain line. That main break caused major disruption to the service of basically all of Waimanalo. So that was really, really a challenge. And thanks to everybody working with communications office and water system ops, we were able to get the main going again. And it took us a while. Leak detection surveyed 8 miles. They found 2 main leaks. Both main leaks were repaired before it became a major issue. For the year, leak detection has surveyed 65 miles and they have found 14 main leaks. That's my report. Any questions?
Members, any questions? Hearing none. Thank you very much, Mr. Fuki, for the report.
Thank you.
All right, that brings us to the end of our agenda. If there is no other business, I just want to wish everyone happy holidays. Next time we have a meeting, it'll be 2020 will be over, and hopefully we can look forward to better times in 2021, hopefully. Okay, and thank you again, Ross. Keep in touch.
Thank you, Chair. Best wishes. Happy holidays.
Yeah. Oh,
Happy holidays, everyone.
Yeah. Sorry, one more thing. I gotta get a motion to adjourn.
So move. This is Max.
Okay, it's been moved by Member Sword, seconded by Member Butai. Adjourn the meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. All right, the meeting is adjourned.